Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
Today we're looking at Rurik, Dawn of Kiev. Rurik is an area control action programming resource management game for 2 to 4 players. It takes 1 to 2 hours to play. Now, this was designed by Stanislav Kordonskiy, and it is published by PieceKeeper Games. It'll be on Kickstarter this July.
Players take on the role of an heir to the throne of an 11th century Eastern European kingdom. You're going to establish your legacy by attacking opponents, building structures, performing great deeds, ruling large areas of land. Whoever earns the most points earns the right to rule as the Grand Prince or Princess.
The prototype components include the main game board, strategy board, claim to the throne board, cards, minis, resources, tokens, meeples, buildings, and coins.
For game setup, you place rebels and goods on the territories. Each player picks one agenda card, receives some coins, and places their chosen leader and troops of their color on the board.
Each round is divided up into 3 phases. Phase 1 is the strategy phase. It determines which actions you get to take. In the action phase, you perform the actions, and then you advance on progress tracks in the claim to the throne phase.
During the strategy phase, you'll take turns placing advisors on the strategy board. They will activate in number order, so choosing the right spots and advisors at the right time is extremely important. The catch is that the higher numbered advisors push lower number ones down onto the less desirable action spaces. You can add coins to your advisors, though, to increase their power.
After all the advisors are placed, then you move to the action phase. In turn order, players remove the lowest value advisor and perform the action. There are 6 different types of actions. Muster is how you get more troops. For a move, the boots show how many moves you can make. With attack, the swords show how many attacks you can make. Build allows you to build structures where you have troops. Tax is how you collect goods from areas where you have troops. And scheme lets you get scheme cards, which give bonus actions. Play continues until all advisors are removed from the strategy board.
Then you move to the claim to the throne phase. Players will advance on the different tracks on the claim to the throne board. This is based on how many territories you control, buildings you have in adjacent territories, and goods on your boat. Once you reach a level, you'll never go back down, even if you lose control of territories or spend goods from your boat.
Players then claim deeds, earn income, refresh the deeds and goods on the board, and advance the round marker. After 4 rounds, players count up their score. You'll get points from your agenda card, if you meet the conditions, from completed deed cards, the different tracks on the claim to the throne board, and the warfare track, if you defeated the most or second most troops.
The meat of the game is the auction programming system on that strategy board. The higher advisors are more powerful, but they're going to resolve later in the round. So you not only have to think about what order you want to take your actions in, but also how you're going to place them so you still get good benefits.
Those higher spots have better options. So for building, you can build 2 buildings or build in an area where you don't rule. And the lower spots usually make you pay to even take the action. So adding coins to your advisor to take those more powerful actions is a key piece of the strategy. If I add 3 coins to my level 2 advisor, I can move above Melissa's 4, and I still get to resolve the action on my second turn. And if someone wants to take the top spot, they would have to have a power of at least 6.
If you wind up with an action that you can't take or you just don't want to take it, instead of taking that action, you can gain a coin instead, which could be beneficial.
Another key aspect of the game is the area control in the game. When you rule a land and you have greater troop strength, then you get more benefits like cheaper cost for your building or taxing. Plus, controlling those lands is one of the tracks on the claim to the throne board.
Yeah, one of the buildings, the stronghold, actually gives you a +1 to your troop strength, which helps you control lands. I like that each type of building has a different benefit. The market produces extra goods when you tax, and then the church, it actually converts other players' troops or rebels into your own.
The art fits the theme well. The iconography is clear and easily understandable. The board is well laid out, and borders of the territories are well defined. I will say, though, it was not easy trying to pronounce the names of those territories.
I like that this isn't just a war game. You have to make some interesting decisions about what paths to follow in order to get the most points.
I was initially concerned that this might not be the type of game for Melissa.
But then I saw that action programming board, and I was interested.
I like that the attacks aren't resolved by dice. You will defeat your enemy, but it's not risk-free. You have to draw cards from the scheme deck, and some of them cause you to lose troops. Another thing I like about the game is gaining the secret resources from the rebels. It's a fun surprise to defeat a rebel and then look underneath it to get a reward.
I like that each leader has a special power and that the leaders aren't tied to certain colors, so you can play your favorite color and try out different strategies with the different leaders.
You can tell a lot of thought was put into the design and development of the game. So if you're looking for a game with this unique auction programming mechanic, or a game set in the 11th century, or you like games like Scythe that aren't just about warfare, then check out Rurik, Dawn of Kiev on Kickstarter this July. Welcome. You ready? Are you ready? Okay. You should go subscribe over here. It is published by PieceKeeper Games and...
It's okay, I don't know my lines at all.
Alright,
Legacy.